Our UUFEC is a religious community united by our UU principles that are listed on the back of your order of service, back here. The UUFEC does not require a common creed for membership, but we do share our commitment to our UU principles and values. Here we are committed to service, spiritual growth, and caring fellowship. We believe each of us is on a spiritual journey, and we share our quest for a more meaningful life with each other. We welcome you to share that journey with us. If you are visiting today, you will find more information about us in your order of service and on our website, uufec.com. If you haven't already, please fill out a visitor card at the table by the front door in there so that we can connect with you and send you information about upcoming events. Announcements are listed in your order of service on the inside third page of your order of service back here. After the service today, please join us for snacks, refreshments, and conversation around our table in the back. After 15 minutes or so, join us to explore our second hour small group discussions, which are noted in your order of service. Today's discussion groups, we have two, are TED Talks with Josh Ashley in the library. He's standing back there waving at us. And our speaker circle up here in the front of the sanctuary will make a circle. And the prelude begins our service. Joshua Moore. Thank you, Josh. I already made a mistake. Jane Park has an announcement for us.
Well, good morning. Jane Park made several mistakes, and I won't keep you here all morning. We wouldn't have time for anything else if I told you all my mistakes. My one mistake was to miss this week's deadline to make everything go smoothly. We at this fellowship sometimes do get out the vote postcards in partnership with a national organization. So second hour today, anyone who wants to help write postcards, can do that in the stage room. Anyone who can't get in the stage room, we will make it work. Anyone who can't stay but wants to take some postcards home, we can make that work. I accosted Deborah very last minute with announcements, so thank you for being so gracious. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jane. Our chalice lighting this morning, Elliot is going to come help us light our chalice. I have a few words for you. Our words are called A Flame to Light Our Path by Deborah Burrell. Fire consumes and casts a bright light. Thank you, darling. May our chalice flame consume our regrets for the past, our fears about the future, and our worries about today. May it light for us a path of joy and peace. And now we have a few opening words from our speaker today.
Our opening words come from Linda Hart. To pause on the journey. Every day is a new start, every year a beginning, or so we'd like to believe. And We don't know, can't anticipate where we will go, what will happen, what delights await, what heartbreaks will tear us open, the paths unexpected that open before us. Even knowing that, we lean our lives in particular ways, focus on particular moments, incline our attention to what is in our hearts and lives and hands to offer. We know for sure that ours is in the going, finding what is on the path and off, in giving and creating what we can. We come here amidst the discoveries and delights, the worries and woes, to find a moment, to connection, to pause on the journey, in gratitude and in sorrow. It is good to be here together.
Thank you. That's Ivy Light. We're going to have a fantastic service today. So we're now going to open up with a hymn, number 131, Love Will Guide Us. And the words should appear magically up here on the screen. Thank you, Zach, our AV Tech.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to
Now it's time for our all ages, and our co-DREs are going to do a little project with you. Children want to come to the front. Those young at heart. Science experiment.
Howdy doody, y'all. From over here now. So our lives are so full, it feels like sometimes. And we got stuff coming in from all directions. Do you guys feel overwhelmed? Yeah, you do? I feel really overwhelmed sometimes. How about this? Tell me, what do y'all feel overwhelmed by? And keep it short, because I know you can talk forever.
Alex's drink that he just handed me.
Okay. What are you overwhelmed by?
School's coming.
School is coming, if you couldn't hear the terrified screech. What are you overwhelmed by?
I think just everything I have to do at home sometimes. Like, yeah, just that.
Anybody else? Back here? Oh, you remember.
Chores.
Oh, chores. Chores are so overwhelming. Keep your hands up, anybody? What are you overwhelmed by?
Note about the number of people who haven't read Sinclair Lewis's book, It Can't Happen Here, written in the 1930s in Germany.
But it can happen here, can't it? Oh my goodness, that's overwhelming. Why'd you have to remind me of that? Anybody else? Yeah, up here? Okay.
Something that overwhelms me is that I am going to be moving soon, or not soon, but like in a year or two.
Yeah, that is overwhelming. We just made a big move and it was a lot. And you're moving further than us, so I completely understand that. So what happens in our lives is we get some school pours into us, gets pretty full. We can handle some more though. We get our chores pour into us. Oh man, it's almost too much already. We got school, we got chores, we got all the stuff we hear our parents talk about or stuff we see on the news, stuff about maybe it can happen here. And we're, oh my goodness, we're overflowing. What the heck? We're already overflowing. And you know what happens? Is our friends, they're having the same issues as we're having. And they come to us and they say, hey, I need somebody. I need help. And they want to pour more into us. And obviously we can't. So, do you guys know any ways we can kind of get over our overwhelm? What do you do when you're too overwhelmed?
Pet my kitty.
So, cats, what do you think? Petting our pets. Do you have any ways that you deal with being overwhelmed?
Play with my squishies.
Oh, I love a squishy. That's good. You got anything? Yeah.
Hang out in nature, like with chickens, you know.
I love that. So let's see what happens when we hang out with nature, like with our chickens. Oh, goodness. It feels a little better. Maybe if we sit and breathe once or twice a day, just sit and really breathe in and kind of just let it all wash over us. Some of it can come out too. And maybe we can find a friend. We can find someone who's a little less overwhelmed and we can maybe pour something into them. And you know what happens when we figure all this out, when we actually take care of ourselves? Look, we got more room, don't we? We got so much more room. And not only are we not overwhelmed, when my friend is upset and really needs me, you know what? I can take it. I can take a bit more even. So we got to take care of ourselves so we can take care of other people. Does that make sense? I'm glad. Now, go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
That was cool, wasn't it? I like those visuals. So now is our time of sharing joys and milestones and concerns. If you would like to come forward and put a pebble in the water and speak into the microphone, or if you just want to put a pebble in the water and not say anything. That's our time for us to share joys and help each other with our sorrows. Go ahead. So now is our time of offering. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Just messing up. I'm so hard. I forgot to put the meditation in my script.
We're just doing this to test y'all this morning. Make sure you are paying attention. That's what it is. This morning's meditation comes from Joan Javier Duval. And if you feel led to, you may close your eyes. Take a big, deep breath. As the world shifts beneath us, we seek steadiness, the unwavering support of community, the principled guidance of wise teachings, the faithful turning of the seasons. We seek within ourselves and in one another a devotion to all that is true, all that is just, all that is beautiful. We gather here to reground ourselves and to reorient toward what our heart's calling. Here we hold on to what is good, what we believe, and what we must do. May it be so.
Thank you, Ivy. Now, we will, after our song of dedication today, our greeters will take up the offering. Generosity is a spiritual practice. Our fellowship is supported by your pledges and donations. If you are paying your pledge with a check today, please make a note in the memo line. We also have a tradition we call Share the Plate, where we split equally all cash donations and checks not marked as pledges with a local charity. For the month of August, our Share the Plate partner is Fresh Start, and you can find more information about Fresh Start on the inside of the third page of your order of service today. Thank you for your generosity.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and by this we live.
Julie.
Pick yourself up, kid. I can't bear the weight. Pick your mood up, friend. We don't have the time when you find someone. Don't you run away. All the books in your head, is it all this really was? A role to play that you could hide behind? Is it what you want to bury yourself away? I don't want a love that holds us back. I don't want a life that I can't have. People need a melody to open their eyes, a key to a memory frozen in time. Holding on to everything stuck in the past. Boy, when you gonna learn the world to move so fast? Pick yourself up, kid. I can't bear the weight. Let the light back in. 'Cause you've been walking blind. Now it's all on you. But we won't let it fade. I don't want a love that holds us back. I don't want a
Today, our message will be delivered by Ivy Light.
Good morning. This week is a busy week for many of us. For some, it's a return to classes, and maybe that is that we are taking classes, or maybe we have kids or grandkids that are going back to school. And that may mean for many of us a change to schedules and routines and an ever increasing amount of responsibilities and commitments. For others of us, it's various circumstances leading to really big life changes and shifts. And for a community that prioritizes social justice and interdependence, this time of chaos and dysfunction has many of us with plates far too full and loads far too heavy as we try to balance activism with everyday life, the everyday life that continues on and on. In last week's message, Reverend Jamie Yandel talked about how living under fascism affects the nervous system. With a jar of water and some confetti, she showed us how our capacity is affected when we become overwhelmed and stressed. And when our capacity is limited, we may find ourselves needing to prioritize or even say no. Otherwise, we face the consequences of something falling off our plate, something being forgotten, something being neglected, whether that's responsibilities or the people around us or even ourselves. Which brings us to the dishes. The dishes, a continuous, everyday, multiple times a day, if you have children, task. It's not a particularly high priority task. However, it can yield varying degrees of consequences depending on your negligence. Who here has left a dirty load of dishes in the dishwasher only to later open the dishwasher and find mold? Because we live in Florida and it's humid and gross here. There's so many other more pressing, more interesting, more exciting, more important matters to attend to. There are community events and gatherings, work, kids stuff, social justice actions. There are family that we need to see. There are kids that we need to guide. In a time when the demands placed upon us are ever increasing and stress is ever increasing, how do we pick and choose what's worth our attention when there is so much worth our attention right now, maybe than ever before for some of us? Better yet, how do we say no to the things or the people that are very worthy and very deserving of all the attention and all of the care? But we are unable or do not have the capacity to say yes. What about the things that we don't want to do, but for any number of reasons we struggle to decline? In a 2020 interview with Damon Williams and Daniel Kissinger, Miriam Kaba, a Black abolitionist and activist, was asked how she is treating herself and what boundary setting looks like in terms of her mental health. She responded that she's had to focus on narrowing the things that she thinks are important and letting the rest go. And by the way, you can find this interview in this book, which was recommended by a friend many months ago. It's called We Do This Till We Free Us. It's a collection of essays and interviews by Miriam Kaba and other activists. Miriam continues. Also, I really feel like over the years, I've learned myself better. And that helps you to figure out what your actual boundaries are. And also, boundaries are usually a negotiation between what you want and what other people want. It's not like a firm, set thing. You have to really get good at being able to negotiate. And the only way to do that is to know who you are. Ironically, as I was recently finding myself in various situations in which I was people pleasing and saying yes when really it ought to be no, putting too much on my plate, or perhaps mismanaging, prioritizing poorly, I was introduced to another book. F No. How to Stop Saying Yes When You Can't, You Shouldn't, or You Just Don't Want to. The author is Sarah Knight. And thank you, Alex, wherever you may be, for recommending it. This book is funny, it's light, it's practical, and best of all, it provides real examples of how to say no to somebody. You just plug in your own details. It's fantastic. But as Miriam Kaba said, we need to know and understand who we are. And that's a sentiment also found in this other book. On page 20, in the first chapter, there's a section titled Know Yourself, where the author encourages us to ask ourselves what the motivation behind our yeses are. Now, in an effort to know myself and understand my needs and the boundaries necessary to manage my plate, I need to know what I'm working with. And on that note, there are a couple of you that I asked if you would be willing to help me with a short illustration, if you don't mind. And of course, if you are consenting to being recorded, please come up. You can stand over here. I have stuff, because life is full of stuff everywhere. We got a couple people here. Let me take this out. Excuse me. It's a clip, my bad. All right, so we have our three victims. Our three volunteers. A plate for you, a plate for you, and a plate for you. Now, I believe you are going to be Barbara. Miss Barbara is in her later years. She has a full life going with family, friends, grandkids. And here we have Joe. Joe is a single dad. We pray for him. And here we have, think of a good name, Shasta. Shasta is a 20-year-old college student. She's out on her own for the first time, and she also needs our prayers. I don't know. But here's the thing. Life doesn't stay this simple. I think I need one more arm. Life doesn't stay simple. Here's a child for our single dad. And, our Barbara here has a couple kids in her family. Excuse me, Moana. All right. And we got some grandkids. Yeah, you have 2 grandkids. All right. Shasta doesn't have any kids, but that's because she still is one, guys. All right, here's another kid for you. But the thing is, our plates fill up so quickly because Shasta is in college. And that means she's got to learn algebra and other things I don't even know. She also took up martial arts because, the streets are dangerous. Now, Joe has some issues with his kids. His kids are all over the place. They're not listening. They're running around. They just got a brand new dining room set, and the chairs are already broken. The legs are falling off. It's crazy. So he's trying to find some help for his kids. So there you go. All right. Meanwhile, Barbara fell down the stairs, and now she's got some health issues. Good luck. And of course, Shasta is trying to learn a different language. Good luck with that. Now, because the kids are running amok, Joe has no choice but to work from home. Okay, here you go. You got to work from home because somebody's got to watch those kids. All right, but Barbara recently had a girls' trip. Okay, they went around, they drove around town, and they picked up all their girls that they went to college with, and they're talking family, they're doing their stuff. All right. But it's so much still. And I clearly didn't plan this out because things are supposed to be falling off by now. But here's the thing, the plates are starting to get full. And I think the obvious thing that we need right now is some self-care. So have some self-care. Have some face mask. You need self-care. You need a lot of self-care. We're going to give you some vitamins.
I need the vitamins.
You need vitamins. You need energy. Okay. Barbara needs some vitamins for her leg and her ankle. All right. And we got hobbies. We can't do all this life without having something for ourselves. We need hobbies. All right. Barbara has her Canasta group. I don't know if Canasta uses cards, but for this example, of course, Barbara met Shasta at this community event, and now Shasta's already into the Canasta. Okay. How are we looking? I mean, Joe is balancing. I spoke too soon.
I'm trying.
Oh, by the way, Joe, your kids have been diagnosed with ADHD. Here you go.
No.
Here you go. I don't know what a brace has to do with it, but there you go. And I'm so sorry, Barbara, but as soon as you got home from touring the country with your friends from college, there was a death. And now you got this grief. How is it feeling? How's your Did the self-care help?
That self-care just made it overflow.
Right. Maybe you just need a couple more masks. Here you go. No. Okay, but here's the thing. In this illustration, there's a lot of things we're not considering. Okay, because this is just assuming that everybody has the same start in life, that everybody's the same demographic, that everybody has the same opportunities, right? Same supports. But maybe Shasta is learning a new language because it'll be fine. Maybe Shasta's learning a new language because English isn't her first language. And because of that, and excuse me, I have to take your plate now. We're going to trade. All right? How you feeling? You're going to have to get back into those language classes. And here's the thing. Joe's a really good dad. Look at him balancing all that stuff. He's got his kids up there. He's got his responsibilities, his job. He's got, the medications for the kids. But here's the thing. This isn't a white family. This is a family of people that are discriminated against.
No. What?
Because when Joe sends his children to school, it's not just, oh my goodness, I hope they don't get bullied. It's, oh my goodness, I hope there isn't a hate crime. Oh my goodness, I hope somebody sees the person that my kid is and not the color of their skin or the language that they're speaking. And even for poor Barbara has been doing everything. She's got her full family. She's got her kids. She's got her relationships from all of her friends all over the country. She's got hobbies. She's balancing things pretty well, even with her messed up ankle, was it? I don't even remember. But that grief, Barbara's in a time of her life where that grief can sometimes feel like a snowball. And it starts with one, but then suddenly another friend is gone. Or perhaps there's more health issues.
There goes my hobby.
There goes your hobbies. What do we think? We can't carry it anymore. The trick is figuring out, looking at our plate, looking at what's on it, all of our commitments, our responsibilities, but also the good things too, our relationships, our hobbies, the things that keep us grounded and sane. Those are all important too, and they also take up space on that plate. And thank you very much. You may dump and run. Thank you. Now, I'm just going to make my plate really quick. Put a couple things on here. All right, we got this represents 4 children, just so you know. That's 4. Okay, we'll put a couple things on my plate. All right, so I look at my plate to see what I've got going on, which things are necessary, which things keep me here, grounded, sane, keep me going, and which things might be draining me, or that maybe don't align anymore, or maybe just things that aren't really exciting to me. Face masks are great, but they're not really my thing. It's okay to let it go. By the way, if you are unsure why you are saying yes to things that you maybe shouldn't or don't want to, there is a short questionnaire in this book on page 27 titled, "Why Do I Say Yes All the Time?" And as I begin to understand more and more about my plate and my needs and why I might agree or disagree to things, I can start to organize. I can start to create systems for days of low capacity, or maybe when there's a crisis. While there is a never-ending list of books and online resources for getting one's life together, there does not seem to be a one-size-fits-all method that is entirely foolproof, which leaves us little choice but to trial and error our way through as best as we can. Further into the interview, Miriam Kaba says she had been talking about the importance of building 1 million different experiments, that there will be tons of failure, and that failure is actually what is normal and what helps us learn. She quotes Angela Davis's, "There is no one alternative. There are 1 million alternatives. And the issue is to figure out which alternative works for what situation." While she said these things in the context of abolition and social justice and the programs and actions that she and those inspired by her have organized, she also stresses the importance of addressing all things based on human needs and adopting the same strategy. The strategy of trying 1 million different things and accepting the failure of things falling off, the failure of not being able to balance everything properly, the failure as we go through this trial and error and we try to figure out which things are most important, and maybe we get it wrong at first. But figuring it out is all part of the process. I'd like to leave with these words, or end with these words, by Laura Manusco. It's called "My Commitments to Myself." I take care of myself first because I am deserving of exquisite care. I take care of myself to maintain the capacity to care for others. I move and stretch my body every day. I spend time in nature, attuning my senses to the earth's wisdom. I ration my daily exposure to the news. I identify and access credible sources of information. I protect myself from being overwhelmed by information about everything going on. I pace myself. I sit with the reality of uncertainty and impermanence and allow it to temper my desire for control. I listen without judgment to others' reactions, which may be different from mine. I forgive myself and others when stress brings out our shadow selves. I feel fear fully when I am fearful. I experience sadness fully when I am sad. I allow anger fully when I am angry. And I relish joy fully when I am joyful. I seek out healthy pleasures and indulge in them without guilt. I remind myself that feelings are transient states that move through me. They do not last. And they do not define me, nor do my thoughts. I balance my drive for self-improvement with compassionate acceptance of myself as I am right now. I initiate contact with loved ones to let them know I hold them in my heart. I seek out, with increased sensitivity, those who are most vulnerable. If possible, I share my resources with those who need help to survive. When possible, I move away from people, situations, and experiences that do not serve my highest good. I strengthen my connection to my sources of spiritual strength so that I can continue to be replenished. I acknowledge the nearness of death as a key motivator for living a full life. I pray for the suffering of all beings to cease. I grieve my losses and celebrate my successes. I remain open to new ways of being, surprising sources of joy, and unanticipated discoveries day by day. May it be so.
Thank you, Ivy. That was awesome. Our closing hymn is 1053, How Could Anyone?
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Ivy has some closing words for us.
Our closing words were written by Michelle Collins. Changes abound. Changes abound around us, within us, between us, in our communities, our neighborhoods, and our beloved faith communities. Changes abound. May we find may we each find the balance point we need as we move through our ever-changing world. The balance between the old and the new, between the known and the unknown, between the familiar and perhaps bold and risky possibilities that may be there waiting. May it be so, and amen.
Extinguishing the chalice today, our words are written by Maureen Killeran. No matter how weak or how frightened we may feel, we each have gifts that can make a difference in the world. In this coming week, may you do at least one thing to support the broken, to welcome the stranger, to celebrate what is worthy, to do the work of justice and love. Be strong. Be connected. Each day act so you may be a little more whole. Please stay seated for our postlude now.
There is a love that holds me. There is a love that holds all I love. There is a love that holds us all, and we can rest in that love. There is a love that holds me. There is a love that holds all I love. There is a love that holds us all, and we can rest in that love. You can rest now in that love.
Thank you, Josh. Please join us in the back for refreshments and conversation. And note that if you are not attending one of our regularly scheduled second hour groups, please find a place. If you want to socialize, find a place, an empty room or outside or some other place, so that your conversation will not interrupt any of our events. Thank you. Thank you for coming today. It was great.